Have you ever felt a punch to the gut and somehow stayed silent? That was me, sitting on my living room couch last Friday, listening to the words that would completely shatter the world I thought I had built with my wife. She looked at me with this almost guilty excitement and said, "My ex invited me to Cancun." I said yes. Time slowed. My heart didn't skip a beat, it dropped. I could feel the heat rising in my chest, that tightness that makes every breath feel too heavy. I wanted to shout. I wanted to storm out. I wanted to beg her to reconsider. But I stayed calm. He nodded. I even smiled. "I know what you're thinking. Why didn't I explode? Why didn't I confront her?" Honestly, I wasn't sure I had the words. I wasn't sure I even wanted to speak them. Part of me felt betrayed. But another part, terrifyingly calm, almost eerily so. We had been married for 6 years. 6 years of what I thought was love, trust, and partnership. We had shared everything. Dreams, late-night talks, trips, even the mundane grocery runs that somehow became our little adventures. And then, out of nowhere, her past stepped back into our lives like it owned the place. She told me about him casually, like it was normal. "He's doing well," she said. "We ran into each other last month. He's in Cancun now and wants to catch up." I said yes. I kept my voice even. "Okay," I said. That word tasted bitter in my mouth. But I knew that losing my composure wouldn't help me understand the full picture. I needed to see this clearly, not through a lens clouded by anger. The week leading up to her trip felt like walking through a storm with no rain. I saw her texting more, checking her phone in ways I hadn't noticed before. I tried to act normal, tried to smile when she told me she was packing. I even offered advice on what sunscreen to take, how to avoid sunburn. All the while, my gut twisted tighter with every casual remark she made about Cancun, about him. I didn't confront her. Not yet. I didn't want to. Because in some sick way, I was preparing myself for the truth I was too scared to admit aloud. Maybe this was more than a friendly vacation. Then the day came. She left, suitcase rolling behind her, sunglasses hiding her eyes from me. I watched her go, my chest heavy, my mind racing. I stayed silent. Calm, yes, but inside I felt like I was being buried alive under my own uncertainty. 3 days in, I got a message from her. Not from Cancun, but from a mutual friend. Friend I trusted. Malik. I don't know how to tell you this. I think she's not just there for sightseeing. My heart froze. My hands shook. I scrolled through the photos they sent. Her laughing way too close to him in a cafe. A poolside selfie that was meant for him, not me. The text she had been hiding, the secret dinner reservations, the subtle mentions she had waved off as just catching up. The betrayal hit me like a tidal wave. The calm I had clung to for days collapsed. I felt every moment I had smiled at her packing, every bit of patience I had practiced, crash down around me. And yet, I didn't call her. I didn't yell. I didn't beg. Because I realized something terrifyingly clear in that moment. Staying calm wasn't weakness, it was clarity. When she returned, I looked at her. Really looked. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I simply asked, "How was Cancun?" Her eyes flickered. I paused. She knew I knew. And that's when the weight of calm turned into my strength. I didn't need to rage. I didn't need to confront with anger. I simply let her see the truth in my eyes. No words. Just the quiet understanding that nothing she could say would erase what had already happened. I've spent the last week processing it all. I've realized something important. Sometimes the most powerful reaction to betrayal isn't revenge. It's the cold, unwavering calm that forces the other person to confront the consequences of their actions. You don't need to scream. You don't need to beg. You just need to stand in the truth of what's real. I don't know what comes next for us. I don't know if this marriage can survive the shadows that now stretch over it. But I do know this. Staying calm gave me something she could never take from me. Control over my own dignity, my own mind, my own heart. And maybe that's the only justice that truly matters. So if you're watching this and you've ever felt the sting of betrayal, remember this. Your power doesn't come from shouting, from pleading, from hurting back. It comes from calm, from clarity, from standing firm in the reality of what's true. Because when they see you unshaken, unbroken, and undeniably yourself, they see the cost of their choices in a way no words could ever make them feel.